Alex stepped off the shuttle and onto the bustling space station. Bright lights blinked overhead, and the sounds of voices filled the air. Aliens and humans moved together, trading goods and sharing stories. The smell of strange foods wafted through the crowded marketplace, making Alex's stomach growl. He loved the excitement of space travel, but today he had work to do. As a mechanic, Alex was known for fixing just about anything. His hands were skilled, and he took pride in his work. He wore a blue jumpsuit stained with grease and oil, a badge of honor for a mechanic. His bright green eyes scanned the area, looking for the repair bay where he had been assigned. Suddenly, he noticed an alien ship parked at the edge of the station. It was unlike any ship he had seen before. Its surface shimmered like a rainbow, and strange symbols covered its hull. Curious, he walked closer, intrigued by the design. The ship seemed old, and Alex could see that it needed repairs. As he approached, he saw a figure crouching near the ship. It was an alien woman with bright purple skin and large, expressive eyes. She looked frustrated as she fiddled with a panel that sparked and hissed. Alex could tell she was struggling, and his heart went out to her. "Hey there, need some help?" Alex called out, his voice friendly. The alien looked up, her eyes wide with surprise. "You can help?" she asked, her voice soft but filled with doubt. "I am Zara. This is my ship, but I cannot fix it." Alex smiled, stepping closer. "I'm Alex. I'm a mechanic. Let's take a look at it together." Zara hesitated for a moment. She had heard stories about humans. Some aliens believed humans were loud and clumsy, but she was desperate. The engine had been acting strange for weeks, and she needed to leave the station soon. Finally, she nodded, deciding to trust him. "Okay, but be careful. This ship is special," she warned, pointing to the symbols on the hull. Alex nodded, eager to prove himself. He knelt beside her and began examining the panel. "What's wrong with it?" he asked. "I think the energy core is damaged," Zara replied, frowning. "I have tried to fix it, but I do not understand how human technology works." Alex studied the panel closely. "I see a few loose wires here. Let's secure them first and see if that helps," he suggested. He reached for his tools, quickly getting to work. As he tightened the wires, Zara watched in amazement. She had never seen a human work so efficiently. His hands moved quickly, and he explained each step he took. "You have to make sure the connections are tight to prevent any sparks. If they are loose, the engine won't get enough power." Zara listened carefully, absorbing his words. "You know a lot about machines," she said, admiration in her voice. "Thanks. I've always loved fixing things," Alex replied, smiling back at her. "It's like solving a puzzle." After a few minutes of work, Alex finished securing the wires. He stepped back and wiped his brow. "Let's give it a try," he said, hopeful. Zara climbed into the cockpit and flipped some switches. The ship shuddered and lights flickered to life. Alex held his breath, watching her intently. Then with a roar, the engine sprang to life, rumbling beneath them. Zara jumped out of the cockpit, her eyes sparkling. "You did it! You fixed it!" she exclaimed, her voice filled with joy. Alex beamed with pride. "We did it together. This ship is amazing." As they stood there, the noise of the station faded into the background. For the first time, Zara felt a connection with a human. She realized that despite their differences, they could work together. This was the start of something special. Unbeknownst to them, this chance meeting would lead to an adventure neither of them could imagine. After fixing Zara's ship, Alex and Zara became fast friends. Every day, they met in the bustling repair bay to work on the ship together. The atmosphere was full of excitement as they shared their knowledge, helping each other understand their worlds better. Zara had many tools that Alex had never seen before. They were strange and colorful, each with a different purpose. One day, as they worked on the ship's engine, Zara handed Alex a shiny blue tool. "This is a Wultra spanner," she said, her voice bright with enthusiasm. "It adjusts to fit any shape." Alex took the tool, admiring its design. "That's amazing. We humans have tools like that, but they are not as cool-looking as this one." Zara laughed, her large eyes sparkling. "Maybe I can show you how to use it." With a smile, she demonstrated how to adjust the spanner on various bolts around the engine. Alex watched closely, taking mental notes. He was impressed by her skill. She moved with grace, her hands dancing over the machine. After she finished, Alex held up his own tool, a simple wrench. "In human design, we rely on these. They may not be as advanced as yours, but they work well. Let's see what you can do with it," Zara encouraged, her voice full of excitement. Alex grinned and began working on a different part of the ship. As they exchanged tips and tricks, they found joy in teaching each other. Each day brought new challenges, and with them, new ways to learn. Sometimes they faced misunderstandings. One day, while working on a navigation panel, Zara looked puzzled. "Why do you humans keep so many spare parts? Shouldn't you just fix what is broken?" Alex chuckled. "It's just how we think. We like to be prepared. What if something breaks while we are far from home? I always carry a few extra parts with me." Zara nodded slowly, trying to understand. "In my culture, we believe in fixing things right away. It is a waste to carry what you do not need." "Both ideas are good," Alex said thoughtfully. "We can learn from each other." As days passed, they became more comfortable together. They shared stories about their homes, dreams, and families. Alex told Zara about Earth, describing its blue oceans and tall mountains. Zara spoke of her planet, where the skies glowed with beautiful colors and the trees shimmered like jewels. One afternoon, they decided to take a break. They sat under the bright lights of the repair bay, enjoying snacks from the station's market. Alex had bought some human fruits, crunchy apples and sweet bananas. Zara had brought her favorite alien treat, a colorful cube that sparkled with energy. "What is this?" Alex asked, curious as he held the cube. "It is a Zoltorian energy bite. It gives you energy and tastes amazing." Zara smiled. Alex took a small bite, and his eyes widened in surprise. The flavor exploded in his mouth, a mix of sweet and sour. "Wow, that's incredible," he exclaimed. "You have to show me how to make these." Zara laughed, enjoying the moment. "Only if you share your apple recipe." Their friendship grew stronger with each passing day. They started to think of themselves as a team. Alex felt proud of what they were building together, not just the ship, but also their bond. As they worked on the ship, Alex suggested they combine their skills for a big upgrade. "What if we give your ship a new energy core? It could be faster and more powerful." Zara's eyes lit up with excitement. "That would be amazing. But do we have the parts?" "I can find some," Alex replied confidently. "I have connections on the station. I can get us what we need." "Then let's do it!" Zara cheered, her enthusiasm infectious. They spent the next few days planning their upgrade. Zara showed Alex the layout of her ship and explained how the energy core worked. Alex listened carefully, eager to learn. Together, they mapped out their ideas, ready to create something extraordinary. As they prepared for their next big project, both Alex and Zara felt a sense of excitement. They were not just learning about each other's cultures, they were building a future together. This experience was more than just fixing a ship. It was about friendship, trust, and the magic of working together. The days flew by as Alex and Zara worked together on the ship. Their friendship grew stronger, and they learned a lot from each other. One morning, while they were checking the ship's systems, Alex had an idea that made his heart race with excitement. "Zara, what if we upgrade your energy core?" he suggested, his eyes sparkling. "It would make your ship faster and give it more power." Zara's eyes widened in surprise. "That sounds amazing! But do we have the parts we need?" "The core is a complicated system. I have connections at the marketplace," Alex said confidently. "I can find us the best energy core and any other parts we need." "Let's make this ship the fastest in the galaxy." Zara felt a rush of excitement at the thought of such a big change. "Let's do it!" she exclaimed. "But we must work quickly. Some aliens do not want us to succeed. They do not like humans working with us." Alex nodded, remembering the jealous aliens who had watched them closely. He knew they might try to stop them, but he was determined to prove that humans and aliens could work together. Later that day, they set off to the marketplace. The air buzzed with energy as traders shouted, showcasing their goods. Bright colors and strange sounds surrounded them, and Alex felt a thrill of adventure. "Stay close to me," Zara advised as they moved through the crowd. "Some aliens can be tricky." Alex agreed and followed Zara, who navigated the bustling market with ease. They stopped at different stalls, looking for the energy core. After searching for what felt like hours, they found a vendor with an array of parts laid out on a large table. "Welcome. What can I sell you today?" the vendor asked, a sly grin on his face. He was a tall alien with long arms and scales that shimmered in the light. "We need an energy core for my ship," Zara said, her voice steady. "Do you have one?" The vendor rubbed his chin thoughtfully. "Ah, I have just the thing. But it will not be cheap," he replied, his eyes glinting with mischief. Alex and Zara exchanged glances, knowing they had to be careful. "How much?" Alex asked, keeping his voice calm. The vendor named a price that made Alex's stomach drop. It was far more than they had expected. Zara frowned, her frustration clear. "That is too much. We cannot pay that. Perhaps I can give you a discount if you trade something valuable," the vendor suggested, his eyes narrowing. Alex thought quickly. He remembered the tools he had brought with him. "What about this?" he said, pulling out his favorite wrench. "It's a human-made tool and it works wonders." The vendor looked at the wrench, intrigued. It is interesting, but I need something more. How about that shiny cube you had yesterday?" Zara's heart sank. She loved her Zaltorian energy bites, but she knew this was important. "I can give you a few of my energy bites. They are rare and valuable," she offered. The vendor's eyes lit up. "Deal!" "The energy core is yours, along with some parts to help with the installation," he said, a satisfied grin spreading across his face. With the deal made, they returned to the ship, excitement buzzing in the air. As they worked, Alex and Zara carefully installed the new energy core. It was a complex task, and they both focused intently on their work. But as they worked, they noticed a group of aliens watching them from a distance. Their eyes were filled with jealousy and anger. Alex could feel tension in the air. "Zara, I don't like the way they are looking at us," he said quietly. "Me neither," she replied, frowning. "We need to finish quickly. They may try to stop us." They hurried to complete the installation, their hands moving swiftly. As they tightened the final screws, the ship vibrated with energy and the lights flickered to life. "Let's test it!" Alex shouted, his excitement overflowing. Zara climbed into the cockpit and flipped the switches. The ship roared to life, the new energy core humming with power. Alex's heart raced as he watched the control panel light up. Suddenly, the group of jealous aliens rushed toward them. "You cannot work together! This is not allowed!" one of them shouted. Zara and Alex exchanged worried glances. They knew they had to defend their work and friendship. "We will show you what humans and aliens can do together," Alex yelled, determination in his voice. With the ship ready, they prepared for their next challenge. This was not just about upgrading a ship. It was about proving that teamwork could overcome anything. With the new energy core humming inside Zara's ship, Alex felt a thrill of excitement. They had worked so hard, and now it was time for the test flight. The day had arrived when they would put their hard work to the test. "Are you ready?" Zara asked, her eyes bright with anticipation. "I've never been more ready," Alex replied, feeling the adrenaline rush through him. They had prepared for this moment, but both felt the weight of their task. As they climbed aboard the ship, Alex took a deep breath. The cockpit was filled with strange buttons and glowing screens. Zara guided him to the seat beside her. "You will help me fly today," she said with a smile. Alex nodded, excited but nervous. "Okay!" "What do I do?" "First, buckle up," Zara instructed, fastening her own seatbelt. Alex followed suit. Then she pointed to a large lever. "Pull that down to start the engine." With a steady hand, Alex pulled the lever. The ship roared to life, the sound echoing around the repair bay. Lights flickered on, and the control panel lit up with information. "Wow, this is amazing!" he exclaimed, his heart racing. "Now let's get ready for takeoff," Zara said, her voice steady. She began flipping switches and adjusting controls. Alex watched her work, amazed at her skill. As they taxied out of the repair bay, they noticed a small crowd of aliens gathering to watch. Many of them had faces filled with skepticism, and some looked downright hostile. "They do not believe we can do this," Zara said, frowning slightly. "But we will show them!" Alex felt a surge of confidence. "Yes, we will! Let's make this flight unforgettable!" With a final check of the systems, Zara looked at Alex and smiled. "Here we go!" She pressed a button and the ship shot forward, lifting off the ground with a powerful thrust. The sensation of rising into the air was exhilarating. The ship climbed higher and higher, and soon they were soaring above the planet. Alex looked out the window in awe. The view was breathtaking, with vibrant colors and landscapes stretching far below them. "This is incredible!" he shouted over the noise of the engines. "I can't believe how fast we are going." Zara laughed, her excitement matching his. "The new core is powerful. Let's see how it performs at full speed." She adjusted the controls, and the ship sped forward like a comet, leaving the atmosphere behind. The stars twinkled around them, and Alex felt a sense of freedom he had never experienced before. But suddenly alarms blared throughout the cockpit. "What's happening?" Alex shouted, panic creeping into his voice. "Hold on!" Zara said, her focus shifting to the control panel. We are losing power! The stabilizers are failing. Alex's heart raced as he felt the ship shake. What do we do? Help me regain control, Zara shouted. We need to adjust the stabilizers manually. With quick movements, they worked together. Zara pointed to a panel filled with switches. Flip the red switch and pull that lever. Alex followed her instructions, his hands moving quickly. The ship shook violently, but he stayed focused. Zara worked tirelessly beside him, her eyes scanning the controls. Finally, they managed to stabilize the ship. The alarm stopped, and they both let out a sigh of relief. We did it! Alex exclaimed, feeling a rush of joy. Zara smiled, but her expression turned serious. We must go back now. We need to check the systems and make sure everything is safe. As they turned the ship back toward the planet, Alex couldn't shake the feeling of fear that had gripped him. What went wrong? He asked, concern in his voice. Maybe the core is too powerful, Zara said, her brow furrowed in thought. We need to adjust it before our next flight. As they landed safely, the crowd of aliens watched them with wide eyes. Some were impressed, while others still looked doubtful. When the ship touched down, Alex and Zara exchanged glances, both knowing they had faced a challenge together. We will make this work, Zara said firmly. Next time we will be ready. Alex nodded, determination filling him. Yes, together we can do anything. They stepped out of the ship, greeted by the curious crowd. This time, Alex felt proud instead of scared. They had tested their skills and they were not done yet. The experience had changed them, and they were ready for whatever came next. The sun rose over the alien planet, casting a warm glow on the repair bay. Alex stood outside the ship, gazing at the shiny exterior. It looked impressive, a true testament to their hard work. Zara joined him, her eyes filled with excitement. Today is the day we show everyone what we can do, Zara said, her voice bright with enthusiasm. Alex felt a surge of hope. Yes, after the test flight, we can prove that humans and aliens can work together. We can make the ship even better. As they prepared for the day, the news of their test flight spread quickly through the community. Aliens gathered to see the ship that had been upgraded by a human. Some were still skeptical, while others were curious. I hope they see how great our work is, Alex said, glancing at the crowd. We have a chance to change their minds. Let's show them what we can do, Zara replied with a smile. We will take the ship on a proper flight today. We will show its true potential. With that, they climbed aboard the ship, ready for another adventure. As they settled into the cockpit, Alex felt a familiar rush of excitement. What's the plan for today? He asked. We will fly around the planet and test the ship's speed and agility, Zara explained, her fingers dancing over the controls. Then, we will land in the open field and do some maneuvers. Alex nodded, eager to see how the ship performed. Let's do it! As Zara started the engines, the ship roared to life. The vibrations filled Alex with energy, and he couldn't help but grin. With a flick of a switch, they lifted off the ground, the planet falling away beneath them. Once in the air, Zara steered the ship gracefully, showing off its improved capabilities. Alex watched in awe as they soared through the sky, the landscape below becoming a blur of colors. Now for the real test, Zara announced, her voice filled with excitement. She pushed the throttle forward and the ship shot ahead like a rocket. Wow, this is incredible, Alex shouted, feeling the adrenaline rush through him. The ship zoomed around hills and over valleys, performing loops and turns that made his heart race. But suddenly a shadow crossed their path. A group of aliens flew toward them in small ships, their faces filled with determination. They are here to challenge us, Zara said, her tone serious. They want to test our skills. Alex felt a mix of fear and excitement. What should we do? We will show them what we can do. Stay calm and follow my lead, Zara replied confidently. The aliens closed in, ready to engage. Zara maneuvered the ship skillfully, weaving between the other crafts. Alex watched in awe as they dodged and danced through the air, showing off their upgraded ship. Let's do a barrel roll, Zara shouted, her eyes shining with excitement. Okay, Alex yelled back, gripping the controls as they flipped upside down, the world turning over. Laughter erupted from both of them, blending with the thrill of the moment. As they pulled out of the roll, they saw the surprised faces of the alien pilots. They were not just impressed, they were amazed. The crew realized that Alex and Zara were not to be underestimated. After a few more daring moves, the aliens signaled for a ceasefire, their ships hovering in the air around them. Zara and Alex took a moment to catch their breath, their hearts still racing. Did we win? Alex asked, his voice full of excitement. Yes. They see that we are strong together, Zara said, her smile radiant. They will tell others. This is a new beginning! When they landed in the open field, the crowd of aliens gathered around them, eyes wide with admiration. Zara and Alex stepped out of the ship, feeling proud of what they had achieved. Today we have shown that humans and aliens can work together, Zara declared to the crowd. We can create amazing things. Alex nodded in agreement. This is just the start. Together we can build a brighter future. The crowd erupted in cheers, and Alex felt a sense of belonging wash over him. The skeptics who once doubted them now looked at them with respect. As the sun set, painting the sky with colors, Alex and Zara shared a moment of triumph. They had faced challenges, learned together, and proved that differences could be a strength. With their upgraded ship and newfound friendship, they were ready to explore the stars, embarking on adventures that lay ahead. The future was bright, and they knew they would face it together.